And Yodel-o-lay, diddle-yodel-o-ee. Yodel-o-lay, diddle-yodel-o-lo-ee. Now gather round, y'all, yodel-ay-hee-hoo, and listen to the ballad of KJCowboyDan. Yodel-o-lay, diddle-yodel-o-ee. In the distant future, and a jar on the shelf leaves Cowboy Dan just being himself. Yodel-o-lay, diddle-o-lo-ee. No arms, no legs, just his favorite hat. Tell me, what do you think about that? Yodel-o-lay, diddle-o-lo-ee. It's time to ride west with Cowboy Dan. He's a head in a jar, a cartoon, and a man. The rodeo of fun is coming here. Sing out a yodel, yodel-o-lady, diddle-o-lo-ee-dee, yodel-o-lo-dee, yodel-o-dee, yay, and give a cheer. Yee-haw! Rolling on the painted prairie, weird Wild West, he's never wary. Yodel-o-lay, yippee-ki-yay, join the fun in his pixel world adventures for every boy and girl. Cowboy Dan's the newest head in town. He's got a horse with no saddle or reins, but Cowboy Dan, he never complains. Yodel-o-lay, diddle-o-lo-ee-dee. Hanging out on your screen, sometimes he's playing a game. Yeehaw! From his glassy domain. Give a like, follow, subscribe to Cowboy Dan. Yodel-o-lay-dee, diddle-o-lo-ee-dee. Yodel-ay-hoo-hoo, yodel-ay, yodel-o-ee-dee. He's a head in a jar, he's the animated man. Pass out the drinks and grab a beer. The rodeo of fun is nothing to fear. Rolling on the painted prairie, weird Wild West, he's never wary. Yodel-o-lay, yippee-ki-yay, join the fun in his pixel world adventures for every boy and girl. Cowboy Dan's the newest head in town. On Twitch and YouTube, it's Cowboy Dan. He's a head in a jar, a cartoon, and a man. The rodeo of fun is already here. Sing out a yodel, yodel-o-lady, diddle-o-lo-dee-dee, yodel-o-lo-dee, yodel-ay, yay, and give a cheer.
Hey, howdy, hey, good morning, boys and girls. It is a morning edition of Procrastinating across the ocean. Sitting in for Jesse Hellwheeler today is the one and only GI Bag. Give it up for GI Bag. He's streaming his side over on the Kick today. How you doing, GI?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Thanks for joining me today, this morning. Got to keep in the habit of just like streaming whenever possible, getting out there and keeping yourself busy, right?
Yeah, I feel you there.
We got Lone Wolf in the chat over on the YouTube side. Lone Wolf, how you doing today, brother? So, I called you in, GI, to cover for Jessie today because she's got a few things that she's doing, and we were going to do a little chat and chill. We're still going to do that. So you just started your Kick channel. How you enjoying it so far over there?
It's going. It's a little. I haven't started my Kick channel. It's just been a thing for a while, and I'm already at a decent following. So I mean, it's just been the thing while I've been busy
So,
We'll
are
leave it
you just streaming on Twitch nowadays, or are you streaming on
at that.
YouTube and I mean, not Twitch, Kick, or are you streaming on Kick and Twitch and YouTube?
I'm streaming on Kick, but I plan on mainly doing YouTube for like either VODs or edited footage. So like actual videos.
Oh, right on.
Looks
We
like
got
it's fun.
Scooby in chat. Hey, Scooby, how you doing, Forever Sloths? Yeah, I just started my Kick channel as well. So far, two streams. This will be my second attempt on the Kick side as well. Um, but I know a lot of people who are having good luck with Kick. They're like saying they're saying it's easy to get monetized on Twitch, but it's even easier to get monetized on Kick, is what I'm being told.
Yes, they're not wrong.
And
Plus the proportion for so every you get to keep more over on Kick. So whereas like a sub is like $5, you get $4 and like 75 cents per follow.
yeah, yeah, I think like
Or not follow, but
the come
sub.
home on Twitch is roughly, let's see, if it's a Twitch Prime sub, I think it's like $1.50 come home, and then if it's a tier 1 sub, it's like almost $3. I think they raised their take amount on on Twitch. They raised their take amount. I know YouTube's like nearly 33% on their take amount, which is still pretty high up there as well.
But nobody can match Kicks. I'm not gonna lie. Kicks take home amounts a lot more. So that's where I'm going to be focusing. My goal is per unit you make a little bit more. I wouldn't say per unit, but per person, it shows more support over on Kick. You get uh, more feedback than you do anywhere else. So that's where I'm going to focus. So that way, whoever feels obligated or feels like they want to support can come over, support me, and not support a platform. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. You're gonna have to throw your Kick address in the chat, just so that way anybody who sees it sometime before the end of the show, so that way we can get your Kick address out there. Also, I need to follow you on Kick. I got it. I haven't even started setting up my Kick following yet. I mean, I literally only did. This is gonna be my second attempt at using Kick since I set up my account.
Oh boy.
I think I originally set up my Kick account because an Uber driver who drove me somewhere wanted me to follow him on Kick. So I think that's the only follow I've done so far over that way.
But I will say though, is a couple of things about that platform is some people will say that it's known for gambling and other stuff. It is what you make it, to be honest.
Well, it is owned by a casino. I don't know if it's known for
Yeah,
gambling, but I do know that the current people who own Kick is a casino company.
that's exactly why that they're able to give so much back.
And I have no problems with that. My thought process is a lot of people have described Kick as the Wild West, and I remember when the internet was the Wild West. I mean,
It still is.
it still is to a certain degree. I mean, back in the late '90s, early 2000s, when I was using the internet on dial-up, you saw a lot more shocking stuff than you do now if you had the patience to wait for the screen to load.
I don't think many of us have that patience anymore.
No, I don't. The society we live in now is not known for patience.
Yep. Doom scrolling, that's what it's known for.
Indeed, but there is one person who does have a little bit of patience. One of the boys from the morning show, Moojinful. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Hey.
Welcome in.
Yeah. So welcome to our early morning chat and chill. Jesse's not going to be with us today. She's got some other obligations. So it's
Ah,
just going to be whoever strolls on in. We
fair
are
enough.
talking about GI Bag. He has telling me about Kick and his
Ah,
journey on Kick.
yep. That's nice.
Mugen is a regular on the morning coffee show over on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sometimes streams some games. What do you?
Yeah.
Did you get your game yet? I know you were waiting to get
No,
your game.
things changed, and Grandma said I can't get my birthday money till my birthday month.
Makes sense. Makes sense. If I was able to get birthday money when it wasn't my birthday, I'd be a happy person.
Eh,
But
she
then
did.
I'd be like, but you gave it to me early. You got to give me birthday money again.
She did give me like $15 to get a membership to Final Fantasy 14.
Final
So,
Fantasy is on my list of replays. Again, eventually I want to get the old Nintendo out of storage, play the original three and the two spin-offs on Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and then from there, I might go into some of the Sony Final Fantasy games.
yeah,
But that's probably a little ways down the line.
yeah. If you get into MMOs, you'll be stuck there for a while. You're gonna
Yeah.
do all of the story. I mean, you don't have to
Well,
do all this.
if I'm gonna take time to stream it, probably might end up going for all the storyline. But I don't know. So we're talking about growing on our channels, and we were talking about Kick, and we were talking pretty much about how like Kick is kind of like the new frontier in streaming in comparison to YouTube and Twitch.
That's true.
Uh, so GI, are you monetized over there yet?
I am. Well, not in the sense of ads, but I do make memberships, so that is a other portion of how I make some money over there. But I haven't really been able to accomplish my goal of being able to stream as I'm now started my contract work.
Oh, you mentioned the W word. Ooh. Yeah. Uh, uh, well, now that when you do get a chance, you can always just let me know, and Jesse and I, whenever we're here or whenever I'm by myself and Jesse can't make it, I'm always looking for someone to hang out and chat and chill with. So just let us know about that. So I've had a lot of mistakes in the last year um, towards my streaming goals, and I've had a lot of successes too, mostly accidental. And so far, there are certain mistakes and lessons learned on that road to content creation, and is there any wisdom that you've learned in your journey about like how to grow or how what you're pushing for and how you're pushing to grow?
For me,
Yeah.
okay. Necessarily, it would be consistency, consistently doing either the same thing, or if you don't have the time to do it consistently, continuously update. You want to be transparent, upfront with your community, no matter what. You don't want to, be behind everyone's back doing, something that definitely is not good.
Yeah, so definitely what you're telling me is uh, keep on schedule. Hit that go live button whenever you possibly can. Uh, Try to keep some sort of regular topic, maybe that for consistency, maybe.
If you're known
And
for one thing, you continue to do that thing.
yeah, um, and with transparency, like you talking like giveaways, contests, or Or are you talking who is in your collaboration circle even?
I would classify that as like not like exactly open, but being honest with your community. Like, hey, this is what's going on with me. This is why I can't be here at the moment. I have such and such going on. You don't have to give them everything underneath the sun, but definitely give them a nice little bit of information. So
Here's a
that way
little
they
heads up. We're not going to be streaming tomorrow or something. Or
yeah.
yeah, I got you. I got you. It's very hard for a lot of streamers to open up with their following, whether it's fear of parasocialism or maybe you're not one of those people who open up to regular people in public. I do understand that. Although fortunately the community that I've been building up so far, they're okay with the fact that I'm very sporadic at my streams, as long as I keep three of my main streams going. You know, the podcast with Jesse on Wednesday nights, Minecraft Mondays. We got to get you back. We got to get you on the new server. Uh, or if are you on the new Procrastinate server,
I
the
don't
season
think
2
I am.
server?
I
All
don't
right,
think I am.
we're gonna have to get you on there. I know you're busy lately, so you don't have much time to play, but we got to get you on there. This
Right. Yeah. I've been working 10-hour days, so
10-hour days. Oh man,
it's
I
gonna go up
miss
to less
working.
than half.
I miss working. That's part of the reason why I've been enjoying streaming when I possibly can, is I have like something to do. Like originally I started doing this just so that way I can occupy my time, you know. And you know this as well as I do, when you kind of are dealing with your disabilities, you can't go back to regular work a lot of times, and you got to figure out something to do.
Yep.
And I feel that like having a chance to be able to stream, not only has it given me a chance to, when I can't get out and touch grass, I can still socialize with different people. I can still build a community that's going to be there when it's like, okay, hey, look, you know, not going to ask, but I could sure use someone to be right there right now. You know, when you need that little bit, there's always somebody who's like willing to like pop in. Like I sent you and Mugen and a couple other people a message saying, you know, impromptu special edition morning stream. Let's do it. If you get a chance to pop in, fine. You know, if you don't, awesome. But somebody always seems to pop in. You know, and kind of like make things a little easier.
Yep. And I'm glad I had the availability today. Most times I won't, but you know, today is one of those once in a blue moon days that you caught me. So I'm more than happy to show up.
Hey, you know, I understand how hard it is for a lot of people to go in and hit that go live button last second. So thank you for that. What about you, Mugen? Is there any lessons you've learned so far in your journey towards making videos about your gameplay? Very interesting. Very interesting. It's a running meme on our shows. Sometimes Mugen is not available. He pops in and he's like there, and then he's not. You never know. So what I particularly like the format of a talk format. I'm not much of a gamer, but I will play some video games here and there. It's really hard to come up with talk content. And a lot of people like have all these ideas. And when you're doing a show like daily or even weekly, like putting these ideas together seems like it can take forever, right? So I've been building a list in order to keep consistent with topics. Most of the stuff that I like to talk about is like jank AI, and what you can do with a tool like AI, where a lot of the community is afraid of like artificial intelligence. I'm working on getting a AI co-host for when I'm streaming by myself.
Ah, yeah.
Um,
That would be
and
cool. I mean, I've done some research myself into some topics when it comes to AI because AI can. I've been trying to get a degree in network engineering, so hopefully that
it
can.
is an important tool that's out there. A lot of people are afraid of it, probably for the same reason that people were afraid of the assembly line back when Henry Ford introduced the assembly line. But really, it's the tool is no different than any other tool that you'd probably be using on your computer to do editing or whatever. You just give the computer a little bit more freedoms. While a lot of people don't like it because artists don't like the AI art, musicians don't like the AI music. I use the AI music all the time. But then again, while I was a musician back in the day, I no longer play trumpet, trombone, baritone. I don't have a band that I'm part of. Um, don't have a voice to be a vocalist, so you take advantage of the tools that you have at hand. And a lot of people are using tools like AI in their formatting for their shows. And I really like the direction that it's going with. Is there a particular tool or a particular format that you're trying to stick with on your streams?
Um, Me myself, I'm going to stick with the survival game genre. So, you guys are you're familiar with more of a Minecraft set of the survival
Yeah,
genre.
yeah.
Um,
The typical survival genre with the sandbox format.
yes and no. Some of the ones that I play also have a a set story in them, but you don't really have to follow the story. You know.
Okay, okay. I feel like I enjoy two types of games. I enjoy the just sit there brain dead grind, which Minecraft and many other games have. I grew up in that boomer age of games where there really was not much of a storyline. And nowadays, like either the games are like uber storyline, very little gameplay, or it's all grind and little storyline. And it's hard to find a game with a happy in between.
Yeah. It. I mean, a lot of games now really don't either have that much of endings or good ish intentions. But I will not lie, the whole story of video games is a time sink. So
Oh,
I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You do invest a lot of time in the storylines. Real quick, I just want to say, hey Elijah, how you doing this morning? Slept in, I see. I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, Elijah. People are usually mad about AI, but AI just makes everything fair. Biggest invention since guns. I would agree. I think that AI does add a little fairness to the situation, and it takes away from it too. While a lot of people, particularly like I said, artists and musicians, don't like AI because they feel like the AI could potentially take their job away from them. I feel like if you're afraid of a tool, then you're not confident in your abilities to do your job.
It reminds me of that one quote from like the head of a video game company called Level 5. He said most video games are coded 80, 80 to 90% by AI and just touched up with people fixing what the AI couldn't do. But I'm not sure how to take that quote.
No,
But
I believe that's very accurate. I mean, think about it, right? Since the 80s, we've been programming video games since the 80s. It doesn't make sense to write the same line of code over and over again. Like,
Right.
so if you have like your pre-written lines of code, you know what you want, especially if you have a franchise game. Let's say for example, Halo, right? You got a franchise game.
Yeah.
You got your maps. All you need to do is slightly modify the maps, add a little bit more game mechanic that you didn't have before, fix the game mechanics that didn't work in the previous version of the game, and then do a re-release or do an update. And you keep that franchise alive by reusing code and having AI rewrite your game based off of code you already have written. I don't think that's a big issue itself. I think it's a time saver. And really, do you really want your human programmer to rewrite the code he's already written and risk typing it in wrong? Or and
Exactly.
then yeah, I mean one character in code can change everything. I remember back when I was learning C++ back in the early 2000s, late 90s, and I was making an ANSI screensaver, just a little smiley face that bounced up and down with a MIDI song that would come up when the screensaver popped up, and I typed in one wrong character, and I ruined my computer.
Oh, it's like that one video game, Aliens Colonial Marines. Sure, it's a bad game, but someone found out that there was a code that was put, one letter or one thing that was put in there that made the AI very stupider than it should have been. All you had to do was go erase that or fix it up, and the AI was somewhat smarter than it used to be.
It is a conversation about like, if you have that line of code, why not reuse it unless you need to fix it?
Yeah,
Um, and which is a very good tool for like for AI. I mean, virtually AI in a sense is a copy and paste tool if you think about
yeah,
it, because it searches everything that's already been documented about said line of code, said script, maybe even dialogue, and it can reuse that in appropriate fashion. One of the reasons why I think that people are digging on like other gaming product, like Unreal Engine, where Unreal Engine, like, they have assets that you can reuse for your video games. And people are like, oh, I don't want to play that game. It's reusing assets from Assassin's Creed or whatever, But at the same time, it's like, why create new assets if you don't need them? Unless those new assets or new lines of code or whatever are better than the original. I mean, if you can't get any better, don't worry about it. That's why a lot of gaming mods, they're using all the same shaders. A lot of these gaming mods are using a lot of the same texture packs, especially in games that are through Unreal Engine.
right, right.
I'm just looking
Yeah.
at my notes. I have a lot of notes for chat and chill days.
I wanted to. Sorry,
Go continue.
I was gonna say that that level 5 company. I mean, I'm not mad about it, them using AI, because one of the things they had to do is recreate 5,200 head models, and they're like, how we shouldn't have to upres this ourselves if we could have the AI help upres over 5,200 head models.
Yeah, that's a lot of models that you're putting together. You know, how many games have you played that have the same NPC reused over and over again?
Exactly.
If you can change it up just a slight bit, each NPC, with that, it's a lot of work to go through. Okay, let's see. I'm playing a game that'll probably take me 3 days to play through and beat on an average, let's say, unless I'm one of those speed runners that's going to beat the game in an hour.
Yeah.
What fun is that? Yeah, sure, you beat the game in an hour. It was impressive watching you play on Twitch, but
There's a whole game based on that idea of speed running. The game.
oh yeah, I've been watching a lot of speedrunners out there. I find it very interesting. At the same time, I'm like, what are you getting out of it? Are you enjoying the game when you're speed running? It seems stressful to me.
Some people enjoy speed running. I don't get it myself, but
It seems stressful to me. But when you're playing a game and you have multiple NPCs, you kind of like, okay, didn't I just like go to the same exact NPC? He's got a lot of jobs. He's the blacksmith, and over here, what he's got like 8 twin brothers.
yeah. I call it Nurse Joy syndrome.
Right, Nurse Joy syndrome. Right, exactly. Uh, and it has been confirmed that Nurse Joy is a Pokemon herself. She's one of the. She's allegedly one of the multiple human Pokemons.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's a different topic altogether. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it is.
Nurse Joy syndrome. Right. So like you have a whole bunch of these NPCs that are exactly the same. Now, if you have like already the artwork available, like through Unreal Engine, they have artwork for different characters, and a lot of them are either free to use permissions or they collaborative permissions are allowed through a lot of these assets through Unreal Engine. Now, changing the code up a little bit, you can use those those assets, the artwork, and change and just a little change in the line of code, and you can change the character's personality. So that way, you have like 6 blacksmiths in every town, which is a different blacksmith. Or whatever game you're playing. I'm just used saying blacksmith because I've been playing World of Warcraft lately, and you know the same character is everywhere. I think that games are going to get a little easier through time, and a lot of people are going to complain about laziness. A lot of people are going to complain about the AI and so forth. I just want to say, hey, Ken Shaker, how you doing? What's up, procrastinating chill people? We're missing Superfast Tortoise yet once again today, so we are holding a little procrastinating chill session. Today we're talking about growing as a streamer, talking about some video games. Well, whatever's up on your mind, feel free to give us a shout out. Hey, what's your thoughts in chat? And we'll be glad to answer any questions that you have.
My apologies if you can hear my clicking.
Oh, no, and people can hear mine too. I firmly believe that you're not computering right if you don't have a loud keyboard. Just saying.
Yeah.
If you don't have a loud keyboard or a loud mouse, you're not computering right. So, do you have a particular way that you like to, when you're streaming, is there a particular way that you like to show the love? Like you get a new follower, or you have a new subscriber, or somebody donates to one of your tipping pages, like your Ko-Fi, your Throne, or your I'm trying to think of one of those subscription sites where people can subscribe to your bonus content. Is there a special way that you like to share the love with your following? How do you acknowledge those who support you and share your works, or show support for your work?
So personally, I don't know if they have this on other platforms, but you can VIP and you can give like OG roles towards the people that have been around for a while, or you start memorizing who's been coming in, who's been popping in like every day, who's been here. Um, Another time, I like to add them all into something like content creation wise. So I used to play a lot of Rust. Um, so a feature of that game is you can join in with whoever as long as you know what server they're playing. So, or a Patreon is might be what he's thinking of as well.
Yeah, Patreon. Exactly. That was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, Patreon patrons. Um, Places like that, even GoFundMe, even as well. Um, these places, people can show support to you. I do take advantage of the roles feature. Like I call my community the heads. So all my heads, they have different jar statuses, and so like if you're like a Twitch Prime subscriber, you're my basic head, and if you support through like Ko-fi or Throne, I kind of give you like a kind of like little fun little status, and I share that status amongst the people in the Discord server.
I see.
Um, but a lot of people have other ways of doing things. Like I know one content creator who goes out and they make graphics for everybody, and it's like their version of fan graphics. And like if I'm going to do fan art for a content creator, but this content creator does fan art of his supporters, kind of turns the table around. There's a lot of interesting ways that a lot of the content creators on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and I don't know where you're at, Billy for some people, where they return the love in interesting fashions. Uh, Cane Shaker. To answer your question, Jesse had a few obligations to take care of this morning, and we got GI Bag sitting in for Jesse today. We're going to see Jesse a little later tonight when she does her question chaos. So make sure you join her for that later tonight on her Twitch page. One of the things I've been doing lately regarding showing the love to the supporters is I've started coming up with these little graphics that I've been putting at the end of my opening and closing credits for the podcast. Like this one right here, where people who support the channel will get listed as to how they supported the channel. Like so, Backwoods Collectors sent TCG cards to both Jesse and myself. Hans is donated a game to Jesse to play on stream. Kaz, hosts the Procrastinate SMP and donated Pal World and Skyrim. So like I've been like trying to find different ways to just like acknowledge people who support the channel. It's a small community, but the community that I've been building up has been very supportive. Like we
Looks
have,
like I'm gonna need to put my name on that wall here soon. I might gift you Arc so you can give it a good old try.
if you do, and anybody who does, I have these little walls like this, and I also put everybody's name in the description of the videos when I show these off.
Yeah.
Here's so far the 5 people who supplied to Jesse's care package that we're going to send to the UK. So far, only 2 people got the prompt right, but we decided that's all right. Originally, the prompt was send American stuff to Jesse. Try to convince her to come out this way. But we got a lot of people who put in like locale TCG cards, Pokemon TCG cards. We got Magic the Gathering, and Kaz sent her put something in with her name on it from a Bucky's gas stations. Super Fast Tortoise has sent a coffee cup with his logo on it for the In the Shell Morning Coffee podcast. And I've also supplied towards it where I'm going to be sending a second care package that is going to have American candies. If anybody wants to join on one of these care packages to Jesse, let me know via Discord. But yeah, so like we've been trying to find different ways to like acknowledge people that help us out, and I'm looking at doing these little wall boards. I'm setting up my redoing this whole new because as you know the new server for my from my server is fresh after the hacking after my server was hacked and taken from me. So when we rebuilt the server, this whole new server is going to be about like uh being hanging out backstage with me. It's one way to like kind of party with the viewership.
Okay. I like that. That sounds nice.
Now Elijah has been doing music from Suno. Like I've been, the community has been, our community in particular has been really enjoying Suno. Yeah, I know. I showed it to you once when I made the AFK shenanigans
Yeah.
for the Minecraft streams, and Suno makes some real good AI band stuff. The lyrics can be kind of jank, so
It can.
write your own lyrics if you possibly can.
I,
Elijah does a lot of cool stuff. If you go to his page on Suno, he's got some pretty cool stuff. Also, he's putting his Suno songs on his YouTube page as well.
nice.
You were saying
I'm
I
gonna say sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Go on.
I'm gonna say I was the one that found Suno at first, at least for the group first tortoise and the rest of them, and then I guess I showed you too. So
Well, I discovered Suno when I first started streaming with Mr.
oh,
DJ Longhair.
oh
Um,
okay,
almost a year ago.
oh okay. So I introduced it to tortoise and them.
One of the things I'm working on with the Suno stuff is I've been trying to come up with different ways to do like video editing. I've been using the Suno music as backing tracks, and I've been making some music videos that I have about 3 music videos that are going to be released onto my YouTube page soon,
Nice.
and they're all video. They're all songs that Chat actually took the time to write. Well, helped me take the time to write. Chat would sometimes Chat doesn't know that I'm taking some of the sus things that they say and putting it into a song, or some of the times, sometimes I'll be quite blatant with it. We're going to write some jank music today. Why don't you give us some ideas? And rather than taking the time to like, it could take hours to write lyrics to a song. So what we'll do is we'll take like the prompts that Chat gives, throw it in the Chat GPT because Chat GPT can write lyrics a lot better than Suno, and we'll take those prompts that Chat gave and have Chat GPT write something. Then we'll sit down with Chat and rewrite what Chat GPT gave us, so that way it's more us. Now, when I do some stuff on my own, I'm completely rewriting the lyrics. Hey, we got TCG dude in chat. Music at that.
Daka daka. Okay.
Elijah saying that's lit. I'm trying to figure out the best way to make videos. Right. So I've been using DaVinci Resolve, and if you want a whiteboard style video, Canva is pretty awesome. If you want to do it whiteboard style. Considering most of my graphics are stationary anyway, everything I've been putting together has been whiteboard style. I was going to get a couple animations made, but with some financial situations that hit me recently, GI Bag and a few other people in the community know that recently I lost my disability, and so which means access to some of the paid for content that I was using is limited now. Um, but for free software, you can use DaVinci Resolve for editing videos free. You can use Canva for free. I have just recently downloaded Filmora, and they have free and paid for assets that you can use. Um, so I'm going to be checking that out live on stream. Uh, Anything that's like free, if you need like free art done, I can direct you into the right direction. I can also help with a few other things as well. Like I was telling GI Bag behind the scenes, you need help with thumbnails, contact me. I can get you some thumbnails made up pretty cheap or free. You need graphics. I'll send you in the right direction on who to contact for cheap graphics as well, or even preferably my favorite word, gratis, free. Are you using any programs that are cheap and or free for any of your content creation?
So for recording, everybody uses the free, the giant, the OBS.
OBS, Project OBS, yeah. I prefer Project OBS over Streamlabs version of OBS, even though they're owned by the same parent company.
Indeed.
For some reason, the Streamlabs version of OBS is so glitchy. And every time I use it for collaborations, I end up having issues. I recently was trying to use OBS's Melon for a friend of ours who does a Thursday night show, and it's through Streamlabs Let's Talk, I think, or Just Talk, which is their Melon software. And it is so friggin' glitchy, but it's free software. They have a collaboration stage, kind of like what we're at here in Restream, but it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. But it does have a free aspect. So does Restream. I feel like these assets like Restream, Streamlabs, StreamYard are great little ways to do the collaborations. Twitch has one that's Stream With Me, but it's also kind of jank, and you can't share your community with YouTube, Twitch, or Kick. Where here we can share our Twitch, YouTube, and Kick communities.
Yes, that is true.
And you absolutely have free and or discounted options for that. I'm going to be doing a Filmora live testing in the next day or so, because I need to make an opening credits for a show that's going to be starting next week sometime with myself and MTG Hillbilly. We're going to do a radio call-in show, so we're working on some bumpers and opening credits for that. Don't know how it's going to work, but it's an interesting thought process that we're going to try to do. Like, we're going to get people to do like pre-recorded questions, and we'll play them on air, kind of like if you were to call into a radio station and ask your question to the DJ, or I want to give a shout out to my girl, or whatever. You know those sappy 1990 back in the 90s, or even today they still have them. People call up radio stations for to just say things and get on the air and say something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember that clip of that one guy who recorded himself in the car. He said, oh, man, I'm trying to. It was he's trying to ask. Somebody was asking him on the air, like, what was his plans when he gets big. He said, when I blow up, I'm gonna act like I don't know nobody.
The when I get big, I've noticed amongst the small creators that is a big common phrase. Um, and I look at like these creators like Pokimane, Moist Critical, Asmongold, and legitimately, these people were struck by lightning. The streaming industry is so big. It's probably one of the largest, most saturated communities that there are when it comes to everybody out there with the computers. Like, okay, I can stream. I can stream my gameplay. I can stream my talk. We're gonna sit here and hang out like friends and talk about some things, say inappropriate things, potentially get ourselves canceled, but we don't care as small creators. But at the same time, uh, you know, getting big is really hard. I mean, YouTube has like insane hurdles just to even get monetized. Twitch, it's I got monetized by accident for affiliate, and from affiliate to partner, it's a huge hurdle. It's just a little from affiliate to partner. It's just a little smaller than getting monetized on YouTube. Uh, and so like getting big is like lightning striking a lot harder. I saw a study that said it's a lot harder to become a millionaire streamer than it is to become a uh, basic actor in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And because I mean Hollywood is getting struck by lightning 8 times just to become a millionaire celebrity, in Hollywood. But you're getting struck by lightning, and the most powerful bolt of lightning you can get when you're trying to hit it big as a streamer.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't have any delusions of grandeur like that personally. Like, I do want to push people forward. My goal, on top of making a little supplemental income, is to push people forward. I'm constantly refining Project 404. And Project 404 is just like the term itself is getting yourself seen. If you're 404, you're not found. Your file not found. You don't exist to anybody's eye. I'm 404. Anybody who is not bringing in a regular paycheck through the stream is 404. And how do we grow as a community? Well, there's collaborations, sit down and chats like we've got now, and uh, playing video game collaborations and whatnot. There's not many ways that you can really hit unless you have that one piece of product, that one mentality, that one voice that people want to listen to. And the ability to keep, as you said at the beginning of the show, steady and regular.
Either steady or regular, or you also have to. Here's another key thing that most people don't take into consideration. You have to work on bettering your own content. So that doesn't just mean, hey, today I'm going to sit down and play 2 hours and engage within my community. It's also, hey, I want to become even funnier today. Or, hey, I need to be able to engage my audience better than I did last stream. And all those people, I don't know if you've ever tuned into like a Queso stream or Jinxie or some of those other content creators who have gone from having 2 viewers to thousands to hundreds of thousands.
And that's a leap. That is a huge leap that can take a period of time. Now, I have seen. I started streaming about the same time as a VTuber friend of mine, Valiant Valerie, and she went from having 2 people in stream, me being one of them, in her chat, to having over 300 people in her chat in about a year. And I'm sitting here. I'm not jealous at all, by the way. The fact that I have 7 people sitting in our chat right now, either lurking, listening, or just showing support, is in my opinion a lot better than having 300 to 1,000 people clogging up your chat where you can't even read chat. Chat is your number one producer to where they want to see your content go. And when they support you by showing up daily to say, good boy, attaboy, you're doing good, that those 7 people are more important to me than 300 plus people. Just want to say hey to Optimizer over on the Kick side. So yeah, you guys, so I want to sit there and say thank you, especially to the people who are sitting in our chat right
Yeah.
now. But lately, like with Jesse and I, we've been hitting numbers that are growing when we're together. Like our numbers are really nice when we're together. Collaborations help with your growth, and like your friends that you play a game with or whatever, their viewership is going to follow you because they like your friend as well, typically. So, you know, I do recommend a lot of collaborative features.
That's another thing that can push content creators forward is um, not only collaborations, but um, in the same market, in the same content, you have to be able to find people within the genre. Like if you're in survival, you got to play with other content creators who play the survival genre. Not it doesn't specifically have to be the one game. It can be a different game that you've been wanting to try, or at least put some time and some effort in to learn the game before you then go and play off with that person. So that way they're not
Yeah,
completely having to make up for your deficiencies in their side of the content.
playing a game fresh is really something for by yourself. Like a good majority of my following who watch on the Twitch side like to watch me get aggravated when I'm playing a game. And that is the content that the Twitch side enjoys. They like watching me get mad at a game, making up swear words that never existed. Um, but that seems to be the content that they like. But at the same time, I'm not a gamer. I would prefer to sit and chat and have regular everyday conversation. Or if I'm going to do a gaming collab, uh, it gives the chance for me as an independent variety streamer to learn what other content is all about.
And uh, you couldn't have said it better when you were saying that how Minecraft was the a mindless grinding game.
A mindless grinding game that for me it's mindless. I can grind it. I can sit there and feel like I'm being artistic. It's got a lot of stuff, but it is my relaxation game.
Yeah.
Like like I can't relax to a first person shooter.
I don't think many
A
people
lot of
can.
people do. I know a couple of my friends who's like, okay, I'm going to play Fortnite for about a couple hours before I go to bed. If that's what's going to keep make you tired, fine. For me, like I like to turn off my brain. My brain's working all day long, trying to figure out what I'm going to do next
And
in order to keep myself
that's
busy.
why I feel like here, after a while, I think because I'm going to be going on a bender of recording and beating Ark Survival Evolved, Ark Survival Ascended. I'm going to be going through the entire survival genre. I call it the Survival Gauntlet. Either beating
Survival
the
Gauntlet.
Survival
That's a
Gauntlet.
good title. That's a good title.
Can I survive the Survival Gauntlet? And I'm going to go through and I'm going to list all of the games and play them in a manner where it's easier to harder. And I think the end game will be Project Zomboid.
That's the W
I
for
have
me.
Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid is one of the games that got me the most agitated of all survival games I played. Like I really did not like Project Zomboid. DJ Longhair donated the game to me, and like I gave it a couple of tries, and I think that I got the most aggro on stream because of Project Zomboid.
Project Zomboid is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For those that know
I am going to recognize Queso. If you could please refrain from promotions, thank you. I don't have my mods on staff, but if you continue to promote, we might have to give you a temporary ban. I don't like doing that. I don't like swinging the ban hammer, so please don't promote. So anyhow, yeah. Project Zomboid though, great game to do a survival game stream on, because people will watch it. I got a lot of people watching my Twitch side when I was playing Project
Yeah,
Zomboid. But once again,
sorry, go ahead.
I just believe that that's people wanting to see me get agitated.
Fair enough. That's always a thing to watch for when people rage. Also, I saw this funny Project Zomboid video that had Stuart Little in it. There's a mod for Stuart Little.
Elijah Castle just fall into a hole with 6 zombie bears. Oh my God.
Are they ravenous zombie bears or just regular zombie bears? Are these?
They're zombie bears. I don't think if they're rabid or not, it's gonna matter. You're gone. They're bears and they're
What if
zombies.
there actually is just 6 druids that are in there? Yeah, they're in their bear form.
I think you're playing a different game, probably. Druids in bear form. You're probably playing what's that Viking game that everybody's playing?
Yeah, I was gonna go with Dungeons and Dragons.
Dawn.
All right, so we got a bot in the house right now, and so looks like we are gonna be banning that one and banning that one. The bot had popped in and posted the same exact thing twice. So 2 people or 2 bots had just been banned.
It's not letting me see chat anymore.
It's not letting you see
Yeah,
chat.
it just says reload. I click reload and it just goes, oops, something went wrong. Try reloading.
Exit the stream and come
Okay,
back.
I'll be right back.
Hey, TCG dude.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Or
Oh,
afternoon in my case, but good morning.
right. Time zones, the thing.
Time zones. Yeah, TCG dude is broadcasting from the future for in comparison to you. He's actually in the past in comparison to you. He's in the great frontier of Alaska.
Ooh.
Yes,
Alaska.
Yeah, when he has to deal with unruly people in his chat, he says, "I will have no more of this."
Right, exactly. Or I'll sick my penguins on you.
Tactical attack penguin.
That's right.
He starts his show. He says, "Are you ready? Because we're about to get Inuit."
Oh my gosh, bro. That...
Where's Jesse when I have these really good dad jokes for the day?
Right. Yeah, no, I was gonna joke and say the oh, welcome back.
I'm back. The messages wouldn't let me see the chat.
Yes. So looking back over at chat
Uh-oh,
here.
we
Lost the other person.
Oh,
I had to reload. I'm sorry.
yeah. All of a sudden, I blocked 2 bots, and everybody had to reload.
Yep.
Womp
Not See, my kick is still brand new, so like I have to go through and just like deal with these bots as they come through. So I do apologize to people in chat who had to see the kick bots shill their fake stuff. But as soon as I get Kick a little worked through a little bit more, we'll have less bots to
That's
deal
another
with.
thing. You can go ahead and put those automated messages into your auto blocked messages for your
Oh
auto mod.
yeah,
Yeah,
copy and paste them once they happen. That's
Yep.
brilliant, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
So
that's my
TC,
recommendation for those.
so TC,
I got to do that. I got to do that. I have my auto mod set up on Twitch, and I'm working on setting up like fun things for auto mod, like a 5 minute no chat type of thing. You can't chat for 5 minutes if you use the word work.
oh, that'd be
Um,
funny.
Oh no.
you
You
know,
got to do all
you know,
variations on it though.
yeah. Eventually, I'm going to put in different variations on it. I don't want it to be like too many because I don't want people to get upset. It's like, why can't I put this
Like
word in?
working, it should be on there.
But like I'm working on. There, I said the W word.
got ya, got ya.
Minus 50 DKP.
Right. Like I've been like trying to figure out like little fun little things for chat. And on the Twitch side, like we have the Pokemon community game, which I'm thinking about actually getting rid of because it's while everybody plays it, like when I do have a busy chat and the Pokemon community game comes out and comes up, it just starts blowing up my screen with people playing Pokemon. And when I'm playing a game by myself or something, or I can't look at my chat because I only have one monitor unless I grab my phone and or another device popped up with chat on it. I don't see chat half the time, so I got TTS playing in my ears. And you get these fun little activities for your chat, and those fun little activities are shouted out on the TTS in my ear. Now nobody else can hear it because I have the TTS set up to private, but it can get annoying for the streamer, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And also it's too much fluff for you as the streamer to listen to and to filter out while processing what you're doing in conversations and everything.
And who's saying what?
Right.
Yeah. Too much fluff.
Yeah, although I do enjoy the TTS when chat uses it, but for chat to use the TTS, like particularly in Twitch, it costs them bits, and I really don't like having to charge my chat bits for doing something.
My friend, I'm not saying who because it's another streamer. I'm not going to mention the name. Has it where you can do TTS towards people for the stream.
Some friend, you don't want to promote your friend.
I mean, you don't know him. None of you know him, so why bother mentioning him? So
There
now
you go.
I
know.
got this friend, but I'm not going to promote him.
But he has it to where you can do a specific Twitch chat, voice text to chat things on his channel, and like he has two different ones. He has the regular spot Brian, but he also has the pirate one. Yar. And
Yar.
every time I enter his chat, it'll say that I entered. But instead of saying my name, it'll say my name, but it sounds like it's adding a T8 and H in there.
Oh my gosh.
Yar.
So instead of saying, I'm going to dox myself. I'm just going to say my name, first name, but instead of saying Trey, it'll go Stray. And I'm like, what the hell, what?
I don't think saying that's going to dox yourself. That's your Twitch name. When you're on Twitch, I see you as Trey. You know, that's why I say Trey's come into the chat all cray.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, got to pull out one of those some of those cringe phrases from the early 2000s.
Gone crazy in here.
So we've been talking a lot about our content creation and how we're getting moving forward in the games and things that we use for our different formats of content creation.
Yeah.
But how do you bring your ideas to life? Is there like, I mean, other than like just going live and streaming, do you like take a lot of time to prepare graphics? Like, I'm mostly graphics, so I got to find like some way to get graphics. I got to find put together graphics. I use a lot of AI because I don't have the technology to do a lot of the graphics. Like I could do art like nobody's business, but you know, I can pick up some markers, pencils, and put something together that's real fire. But when it comes down to like building content and making an idea come to life for a once a week show that I do with Jesse, it might seem like jank and simple,
Uh-huh.
but like that's a whole week's worth of planning for jank and simple. Now I
Right.
see these people on YouTube releasing a video once a month and super high quality. I know that they have a team where a lot of us smaller creators don't have a team, so it's a lot easier for them to bring an idea to life. Is there any like advice that you can give to a small content creator like ourselves that you've learned through your journey about bringing the ideas to life?
Okay, that's a pretty good question. I guess I'll go first. Um, I think understanding the scope of the context and like the spectrum of content, right? Because you have to have a self-realization that unless you are Mr. Beast, you're not Mr. Beast, and you're not going to be making Mr. Beast type videos, right? Um, you could be
We took 500 Twitch streamers and pitted them against each other for 50 cents.
exactly. You know, so I guess a better way to like kind of sculpt this answer would be what's called content buckets, right? Are you an entertainment type channel? Are you an informative type channel? Are you a box break, rip and ship, you know, reaction type channel, right? And so understanding as the creator,
You left out one very important
sure,
bucket:
what?
variety streamer.
The all encompassing the biggest bucket. um no, but for real though, once you as a creator understand what type of content that you want to produce, it will be easier for you to evaluate what you need for that video. And in today's beautiful day and age of 2025, you know, most people have cell phones that have cameras. And even if you don't have cellular internet, you can reach a coffee shop or somewhere with local Wi-Fi and upload your recording to the internet there for free, essentially. You know, whatever the cost of your time is. So that's really cool, you know. If like let's say me, if I wanted to, I've been wanting to pick up the ball with content. You know, I've have a 7-month-old daughter now, and winter was long.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thanks, I appreciate that, bro. Uh,
GI Bag is also a fresh daddy as well.
okay. So you get the struggles then, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like you can make plans, set aside time for recording, and then all of a sudden, baby wakes up from the nap, or you know something fell and you have a mess that you got to clean up. The cat knocked over a vase. You know, anything. Can pull you away from that. But so having content buckets and intentionality, having some sort of structure is helpful, right? A time set aside, and even a space set aside. I don't know about you guys, but as a line cook, I cannot operate in a dirty space, right? And my desk and my office area reflects that too. So when you're filming, if you have a corner, a specific chair, you know, a spot in your yard or whatever, maybe in your car, you know, if you just want to go have 10 minutes, 15 minutes of quiet time in your car, there's a ton of content creators out there that are sitting in stationary vehicles with their phones on their dash and just recording themselves talking.
Example: a good majority of TikTok streamers I see are in their car. You know, there's one guy on Kick that I've been watching since I started my Kick channel. He's unlike YouTube and Twitch where they have TOS that says you can't smoke. You know,
Yeah.
this guy does a show I like to watch. It's he does I've been so far I caught 3 episodes of it, and it's just his 320 smoke offs. He doesn't do it at 420 because he's an hour earlier than me, so it's like 320 or an hour ahead of me, so it's 320 for me. But he does 420 smoke offs. I call him the 320 smoke offs. But I watch his show, and he just sits in on his patio having a smoke, and he talks about just regular everyday things that's going on in his life. He was talking about the other day how he went to a small little music festival in his hometown.
Yeah.
And it didn't have anybody big, but he was talking about that. He was talking about like the covers that he heard, and that was pretty much his entire show for that episode. Just whatever was on his mind, he's just going to sit there and stream his conversation to chat by himself in his patio while having a smoke.
Right. And that's similar to a vlog type content, and that's not dead content. People still like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I personally used to watch a lot of the Discovery and the Food Channel. So when I moved up to Alaska in my teenage years, I was staying with my uncle, and he had cable TV. And so anytime I would be hanging out with him, or we had the TV in the living room on, it usually was the Discovery Channel and or the Food Channel. And so I saw like Andrew Zimmer with the bizarre foods, and
I love that show.
Anthony Bourdain, No Reservation.
Oh
yeah, bro. Like he
definitely rest in peace, Anthony Bourdain.
That's right, man. He was an inspiration for me, to just live life and explore and just meet people and talk and do things, So that type of content on those shows is similar to vlogging, which people do, and it's a watered down version of what you were talking about, or what you were referencing with that fellow smoking on his porch is a watered down version of that, right? So
some of the vloggers I've found interesting, are they're the what you would call on location vloggers. The people who vlog they go and they stream everything from down to their eating at PF Chang's to going to the beach.
And IRL, they call them IRL.
The IRL streamers, thank you. These IRL streamers, I've been watching a few of these guys, partly because I've been very interested in the nuisance streamers, the Johnny Somali.
Oh yeah. I caught wind of that Vitaly story and the Somali story, man. They deserve that, but go on.
I'm looking to see these nuisance streamers, and I'm kind of like rooting for the countries to like give these guys the worst that they can possibly get, just because you're a nuisance. And you shouldn't go to somebody else's country to do things. But there's the other IRL streamers that are doing things appropriately. And there's a logistics problem I see, because a lot of these IRL streamers who are not being a nuisance, and they're sitting there putting out their content, and they're trying to just, okay, we're going to vlog ourselves eating at PF Chang's. We're going to go to the beach. I'm going to take video of my friend surfing or whatever, or even... I've been watching some of the people who go to Japan to bike across Japan. And, like they have such a huge bucket of potential content. I'm using your phrase, bucket, because I like it. I'm going to steal it because it's kind of like a jar.
No, it's okay. It's a common terminology in the YouTube growth space these days. So
I'm still stealing it. But they have a lot of potential content, and I see a lot of logistical problems because, like, you see these people who are constantly going into places like Walmart. They don't want you streaming in Walmart, although you get a lot of these rednecks of Walmart TikToks and whatnot, where they're live streaming things. And the logistical nature is nobody wants to be put on film without their permission. Nobody wants to. Businesses don't want to be seen in a bad light. Whether it be, you know, they don't want to be seen in a bad light, whether it be their clientele who might be a little ghetto, or even their employees and staff who may be acting inappropriately towards other clientele.
Yeah. I mean, there's a plethora of issues that can happen with recording in public space and business space. And, like, okay, so I'm definitely a bit more of a freedom rider, and I lean into more of a, I thought this is America. I gotta record wherever. You know,
With some exceptions.
With some exceptions, there
Right,
are
I mean,
civil liberties that we have to look at when it comes down to this is America, my freedom of speech, my freedom to do this. But I firmly believe that freedom of speech is limited to written and verbal. And so like you get a lot of these people like the nuisance streamers, and you get these people that say I should be able to stream wherever I want. It's like you said, with the exception that GI just said, and I feel like I'm not prepared to be live sometimes. There's a good reason why I enjoy being a cartoon character.
right, man.
I just want to say to Elijah Castle, where can I get the emotional support bucket? I need one of those.
Don't worry, they'll be coming on the KJCowboyDan merch shop here eventually.
Hey, I'm
Right.
working on it. I have some designs that I'm batting around with to use Shopify as a store. I'm looking for a good drop ship company that'll not overcharge people for merch because
Right.
you know
Quality.
I used to do merch back when I was a DJ.
Yeah.
We had rock out with your mullet out gear. I had a Letterman's jacket that you can get that said Cowboy Dan, and it had 77 on it on the back, and then you can get your name on the front.
Bro, that's wicked.
Yeah, we had an agreement with Johnston's. One of the very not too many DJs will go to companies that make class rings and Letterman jackets. We had I printed out 100 boy shorts, girls underwear, you know, for and I was selling them at my karaoke shows to these women who would come into the karaoke shows, and on the girls underwear it would say rock out with your mullet out.
That's legit, bro.
We had rock out with your mullet out t-shirts, muscle tees, and long sleeves, and those sold out real quick live. But I was able to get them made at a local print shop. I was able to get them done cheap and with high quality product, where the drop ship companies, you can't guarantee if any of this product is quality, and they're still charging like $35 for a t-shirt. And I'm trying so hard to find a drop ship company that's not going to charge $35 for a t-shirt.
Right, especially with the tariffs that have happened recently. You know, I'm thinking about revising my drop shipping store too. I've got a Printify/Shopify store set up with, you know, a couple card-related accessories, desk mat, play mat, you know, some sweatpants, sit comfy while you play. But really though, when I set that up, I was just trying to plant a stake more than like make really good quality stuff. So I'm thinking about revising it down to just one or two listings, like a t-shirt and maybe a coffee mug, until I can source local, like you said. You know, it's really cool and it feels good, and there's confidence when you have product on hand and can tell your customer 100% this is what it is.
See, and that's the hard part about content creators being in a merchandising market, right? We all want to have our merch. It helps push you forward. It's advertising that people are going to pay you for a T-shirt or a hat that has your show name on it, that has your Cowboy Dan head in a jar on a hat or whatever.
They can share their fandom.
They're paying you to promote you by sharing their fandom in a sense. And that when you source locally, now you got to consider, okay, if I source locally, DJ Longhair did it with his DJL button-up shirts, really nice shirts, but
Yeah, good on him.
they were from China. They were a little thin, but they're really nice for a Chinese-made product that he had put out there. But he was also doing it he ordered it, he got a whole bunch of the product, and he's going to send it to you. And that's the problem with a lot of these locally sourced things, is it's harder for you as a because then you have to set up the shipping stuff. They have to contact you, and it doesn't automatically ship until you get it out there, and that can be an issue as well.
Excuse me, I gotta go for now because the weather's coming in.
All right, you're getting that weather that they canceled for us, so be safe.
Ready? Yeah. It's coming, whether or not.
Oh, that's a good dad joke.
Yeah.
Also, TCG dude. You still play Final Fantasy 14?
I am subbed, but I'm not actively playing. Do you want to link up? Do you want to play on there sometime?
Sometime, yeah, because I'm still playing through the Realm Reborn story part.
All right.
Ooh, yeah. Hit me up in Discord DMs, bro, and we can link up on there.
Yeah, I'll talk to you sometime tomorrow or whenever I'm able to because of the storms.
Yeah. Hey, Mugen, before you leave, let everybody know what you're up to.
Hey, everybody. I'm not going to be able to stream what I wanted to stream next week, but I'll probably stream something next week if the weather permits. Until and it'll be on either Wednesday or something or someday. But once I decide what to play, I'll let everyone else know. Some people that could show me out.
And we'll probably be seeing you on Wednesday over on the in the Shell Morning Coffee podcast when we return to the Morning Coffee Show.
If the weather permits, yes.
On Wednesdays and Fridays, I share my side of the Morning Coffee podcast to my Twitch page. So you can always support over on Twitch as well for that show in the mornings.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today, Mugen. We're going to take another 15 minutes before we call it an end. Okay. But I appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate you talking. It's nice to talk to you again, TCG dude.
Hey, thanks, Mugen. Yeah, man, it's been a minute. Just hit me up on Discord so we can do some Final Fantasy action.
Yeah, because the last dungeon I had to do, I had a hard time just doing solo, but...
No, my gosh.
Yeah. You see you guys.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
I always love it when you drop in.
Thank you. See you later.
We're talking about our supporters in our community. Here's another one of these thank you walls that I created. I'm starting up a series called Mail Call, and the first piece of mail that I got was from TCG Dude, and you sent an incredible postcard. I know I did a video on it when I got it, and it was kind of jank, but I was super excited. We mentioned it on the Procrastinating Across the Ocean's main podcast with Jesse. But you got for those people who didn't see this, you guys got to see this right here. Boom. TCG Dude sent me a Sideshow Bob postcard. Without even knowing that Sideshow Bob is one of my favorite villains from the Matt Groening universe. Without even knowing.
Hell yeah, man. We could just chalk it up to a lucky guess. No.
And then this is a true to life postcard.
Oh yeah, no, real deal. Dude, so I forget where it was. I think so me and my old lady have been doing auction lots online. If you got them in your town, you should check out local listings. It's a great way to just pick up bulk stuff. And in one of those lots, we got an original postcard book of The Simpsons, like the 1991. I think it was like season 2 hadn't even come out yet because the list of characters here are all like the baseline characters.
Yeah, it's copyrighted. The postcard was copyrighted in 1990. I actually put it aside with my collectibles because not only is it a postcard that nobody sends postcards anymore, but it's dated 1990 on it. That went right into my collectibles.
Hell yeah. Dude, I was born in 92, not to dox myself, but I sent you a postcard older than me. So there's that. Speaking of postcards, man, I was browsing eBay last night and there's this listing for a postcard of this church side, a roadside church in Washington off of Highway 2, and I was like, oh my god, man, I just unlocked a core memory here, and it in postcard form. Like, it's ridiculous, man. You never know what there's a postcard of, man. Just gotta look, I guess.
You know, postcards are very underrated and people don't send them out as much. When I got that, I was like, you know what? A member of my community sent me something. That goes under 3 categories. First of all, first time I've gotten a postcard in a couple of decades, literally. And it goes under first piece of community mail. And in a sense, it's also first piece of supporter mail that I've gotten as a streamer.
Oh yeah, right. Because like, you know, I've kind of found you through the internet, through DJ, you know. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So I really dug that. In a sense, like when I was a karaoke DJ, a bar DJ, an event planner, you didn't get fan mail. You know, you weren't the talent. You let people be talented. You know, and so like
you're lucky if they let you sign their brushes.
Right, exactly. You know, and even then, it's like, okay, well, that's barroom activity. You never know what's going to happen there. A karaoke
Bar
night
DJ.
is wild. like I said, I at my karaoke shows at these bars, I sold women's underwear with my motto "Rock out with your mullet out" on it. And without being too crude, when somebody were to buy those, I had them come up on stage. One of those girls would come up on stage, hold it over their head, and show that they purchased one of my pieces of merch. And I would say, well, rock out with your mullet out, but I'd be worried if you had a mullet there. And that's without getting too crude.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I would say on the karaoke stage. Now, I run a different show than I ran in a bar because I'm on YouTube, Twitch, Kick. And I feel like you kind of got to worry about, are there teenagers and children coming into your show watching, because they don't moderate this. It's easy to fake how old you are when you set up an account. They don't ID you. There's no way to ID you. And so I don't know who's telling the truth about their age on the internet and who isn't. So it's like we make sure that our content is not too vulgar and not too whatever. Even if we mark on it like this stream is for 18 plus, which all my streams are for 18 plus, even though I don't go into 18 plus conversation. You know, I just I try to limit that, but you can't trust that somebody didn't lie on their account when they set it up.
100%. Yeah, it's the internet, man. It's kind of risky business in that regard.
Everything on the internet's risky, let's be honest.
Speaking of merch, Elijah wants to put a QR code to his shows on there. That's a great idea. And I found a QR code generator that'll take your artwork and turn your artwork into a QR code. It's barely noticeable that there's like differences in the artwork for the QR code to be read, but you can actually do that and take your QR code and your logo and merge it all into one little sweet little fashion where you can't even tell that there's a QR code there. But if somebody takes a picture of somebody wearing that shirt, that QR code will show up as long as it's not wrinkled. So you can actually do that.
Yup. So QR codes are the future, man. I mean, I know they've been around for a while, but their usability is pretty seamless now. Most cell phones or smartphones, you don't have to have an app for the QR code. You can actually open your camera and just point your phone at the code, and it will prompt a URL, and you just click that, and it'll open up the code wherever it needs to.
And just about every app on your phone that from Facebook to you can log in using a QR code to Facebook. You can log into Discord using a QR code. Also,
When you're
gaming.
doing sales and stuff, yeah, gaming, yeah. No, so one of the reasons why I got refamiliarized is I'm going to be doing vending at my LGS and set up a table, cards, and all that. And well, I don't want to be the guy that's like cash only, no credit cards. You know what I'm saying? So I got a acrylic stand like you'd see at a coffee shop or whatever restaurant, right? For a table number or help sign or something. And I got one of those printed with a Cash App and PayPal. So, you know, I'll be able to at least take 3 forms of currency. Oh, and crypto. You know, I'm a supporter of that. And believe it or not, PayPal houses crypto natively. You can trade Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, a couple others on.
I never got into the crypto. I'm regretting it right now. As I see the crypto market, I'm not a big fan of like the crypto people, but because it's like a cult, the people who are into crypto. But at the same time, I regret not getting into it. Back in 98, I think it was about 98, maybe it was closer to 2002. But when Bitcoin was first starting to become a thing, this hipster came in to my karaoke show and said, I don't have any money to tip. Do you take crypto? And I'm like, what's crypto? He actually said Bitcoin because crypto wasn't a word that we were using. It wasn't coined
Right.
yet. He
That
said,
terminology didn't even exist then. It was
right.
just Bitcoin.
And I said, I don't even know what Bitcoin is. And like I said, this was between 99 to 2002 sometime. And if I would have taken that tip in cryptocurrency, in
20 years
Bitcoin,
ago, you'd be not on the internet now. Just kidding. I love you, Dan.
but I didn't know about it. And I'm like, I've always been a troglodyte. I am afraid of technology.
Right.
You know,
Dude, okay, have you ever seen sorry to cut you off, but this is related. You ever seen that animated movie, The Croods?
yes.
Yes, dude, I love that movie. And never not be afraid. That's the troglodyte coming out. Screw technology. I'm with the cave.
It rhymes with grug.
Yeah.
Let's just put it this way. I was still using CDs as a DJ up until the pandemic hit. I was just changing my DJ library over to digital when the pandemic hit.
Mm.
So that tells you how far behind I was. I refused to be one of those karaoke DJs or even a DJ that was rocking a computer. I was bringing CDs, records, and
you're like, I am not an aux DJ, a cable jockey.
Right, I am absolutely when it comes down to my music preferences, I prefer to hear my audio come out of a passive speaker, not a powered speaker. I prefer to have vocal dynamic mics over digital microphones. While I am enjoying my digital microphone, my Shure SMB7 that I'm using for the podcasts.
Is that what makes your voice so silky smooth?
I don't know. I would hope that it's just that I'm a very sexy voiced man. I don't know.
Right? I hope that it's your natural God-given voice. That's great.
My natural God-given voice. For those people who know Kaz, it's virtually the same voice as what Kaz has. My son Kaz, one of our producers, pretty much if I'm not doing something right or if something's not there and he catches my show, he's going to call me up. If I'm in Minecraft and I didn't eat, he's going to come and kill me, just for the content,
That's awesome.
But yeah, no, his voice is the same as mine. The difference between me and Kaz is that I too much. I have been working on that, and I've cut my ums down quite a bit.
Oh, dude, yeah, noticeable difference from 6, 7 months ago, almost a year ago when
I've been
first
streaming
got
for
you on the
1 year.
scene.
I've been streaming
Yeah,
for 1 year as of January. So we're working on a year and a half now.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And over the
Oh,
course of that year, you've collaborated with other folks and then established your own shows, right? Not just one show per week, but like seems like 4 at
yeah,
least a week.
I'm doing 3 gaming streams, the podcast, not including hanging out with DJ Longhair on Thursdays, and not including the morning show 5 days a week. And I'm working on a show at Backwoods Collector that we're going to call The Collective. I'm hopefully next week, MTG Hillbilly and myself will be doing a radio style call-in show where people can like join the show via pre-recorded message or even live message. If you're part of the Discord server and one of the trusted procrastinators, you will be
Yeah.
able to join join in on the show in a call-in style feature where everybody gets a
You
minute.
can trust me to procrastinate. Oh my god.
So I'm working on a few ideas, and plus in the back scenes I'm still working on project 404, not as loud as I have been, but it's going to be instead of helping small streamers out directly, I'm going to help small streamers out with a podcast style chat and chill slash just chatting feature where we talk like we have today about going live, about content creation, about your growth, what lessons you've learned in your content creation and whatnot. It's something that's kind of my little passion because I see a lot of small budding entertainers just going live, and it is
Right.
hard, and they need help. It's not
Another
Yeah.
like going live in person. It's not.
another thing that I think small form factor content creators should be doing a lot more of is breaking up their good moments and posting them where the most people are. The most audience most people will have is on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, something where doom scrolling is
Right.
popular.
Instagram.
And the more you
Yeah.
put that related content out there on the doom scrolling, the more content you push, the more your content reaches, because there are a
100%.
majority of everyone's either on those apps or doing an equivalent.
I've been relying a lot on clippers when I'm getting my clips. It's really hard for me to go back and listen to myself talk. It's a lot
Yeah.
easier for me to like whenever I'm pulling clips from an episode of Procrastinating with me and Jesse. I'm mostly pulling Jesse clips.
I think that's a struggle that every single person has, whether you're a content creator or not. You know, family videos. You know, you remember how cringe those were when somebody would pull out the camcorder and say, "Oh, look at this video that I got of such and such," and then you're just like, "No, don't show them." You know, I think that feeling
Yeah.
happens every time we're doing the editing process.
It's like
Uh,
watching family videos. Exactly.
yeah,
All right. So it's Thursday. Gonna watch a family video. We're gonna pull out the old projector. Get that 9mm film out of people of you when you were 5 and family members that you don't even remember. And
right.
it's
Then
horrible.
we're all gonna collectively laugh at you for something you don't remember doing.
Right. But editing a video and coming down to that, you're doing it by yourself, and I would much rather sit there and have people laugh at me with me than me
Yeah,
sitting there and going, oh my god, this is cringe, I can't believe I said that live on stream.
right. But GI's got a point though. So once you work past that, self-confidence hurdle, micro-sized or bite-sized, content out of your big content is really what a lot of people are messing up on. They're
You're missing
getting
out on-
dressed. They're not doing. They're getting dressed. They're recording. They're doing the stuff for the long form, like DJ with his 2-hour podcast. You know, we got Tortoise over there with his, and I'm not calling names out to be mean, but just examples of real life people that I know through the internet who could accelerate their channel by just clipping their long form.
Which is something I need to get into. I actually signed up for a thing that'll like point out your moments that people are chatting the most in your chat, and it gives you time frames where those chatters are more active, and it gives
Well, there's the
you
chat
some
that's
good
active too, but like what's really good, dude, is the moments of revelation.
Oh
Or
yeah,
the memes or the utter disagreements, the what the did you just say? And you're able to clip that, dude. It's super reactionary and gripping.
I have more of those moments through uh, believe it or not, where I'm saying things that people are, what did Dan just say on the morning show? Like literally, when I'm on the morning coffee podcast with Superfast Tortoise and friends, I'm the one who's doing the hot takes. I'm the ones who I'm the guy who's like, you know, you guys are obsessing about a game for 13 plus. You're 50-year-old men.
Right.
You know, and I'm the one who keeps on saying things like that. While I support the game, I just want to let people know, like, there's certain moments, and it's been brought forth to me recently that I do point out people's stupidity a little harshly.
Yeah, you're kind of blunt. That's a little blunt about it. You know
You
what I'm
know,
saying?
and you know what? I think people are more okay with my being blunt and harsh and straight to the point than glazing a topic. Where like a lot of the
Or
Magic
avoiding
community,
it, yeah.
you have two sides of the Magic the Gathering community. For example, you have the I'm gonna glaze WotC and I'm going to shun Hasbro. And we see a lot of that on the morning show. We see a lot of that on DJ's show and a lot of other Magic channels. They're going to shun Hasbro and they're going to glaze WotC. Well, WotC, they've been under new management multiple times until Hasbro took it over. And some would argue that even though it's not as good of a game as it was 5 years ago, the game is making more money now. And
Right. There's more exposure. There's
you
simply
know,
more product to sell, right? If there's more units to sell, then theoretically they should be making more money.
right. And so you have the two different sides that they a lot of people don't want to see a major corporation take over their independent product. And Magic the Gathering was an indie card game when it first started out. And it got big real quick and has lasted for 30 years. After a certain time period, you're going to expect a management change to something more corporate. And a lot of people don't like the corporate aspect of anything that touches their indie product that they grew up playing or watching or experiencing. And it's a big problem with that in that part of the gaming industry, and it's just as big of a problem with content creators in the space. You know, content creators, while a lot of content creators, when they talk about something that's their favorite things, they're hoping to eventually get sponsored by said product.
I mean, yeah, that's a good hope for a lot of folks. Yeah.
So
Personally, like I use Dragon Shield sleeves for tournament play and stuff like that to protect my cards. I would love to get a ad or sponsor from them, but I'm not gonna shape or sculpt my content to lean into that, right? That if that happens, it just happens.
There's a lot of shows though, channels that I don't follow. Like we know the morning show. It's not geared towards aggression, and I'm the one who gets aggro on the morning show and starts saying, "Look, you can't afford it. I understand. Maybe you're in the wrong." I said this the other day, and I may have used some phrasing that was inappropriate for some people to want to hear. But I made a statement. If you can't afford something, maybe you're in the wrong game, or maybe you're in the wrong collectible.
Right.
You know, always
Stay in
think,
your lane. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, it's like, as much as I like my comic books, I haven't bought a bulk lot of comic books since around Christmas time.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
dude, honestly, that's a really good example. Okay, so a couple years ago, there was a whole bunch of hoorah because the uppers at WotC basically said to the consumers, interact with, not every product is for you,
right.
right? And so interact with it at your discretion. And I've actually taken that to heart. As much
Oh,
as I would love to pretend that I'm flush and can buy multiple booster, like one of every UPC for each product lineup, like so for Final Fantasy coming out, it would be great if I could get one collector's box, one play booster box, one of each commander kit, one of the starter decks. You know what I'm saying? And just so like it's there, it's done, and knock it out. But that's not realistic. It's not a good use of my money. And what a lot of Magic players are really forgetting is that you probably don't have the time to actually use all those and make it worth that money, Like, so a lot of people have full-time jobs or families or whatever, they have to schedule out time for drafts or their commander nights or whatever.
No,
and
it's absolutely
Commander's
true.
like, yeah. So I don't know, man. I've taken a step back. Like I'm living that expression by toning down my purchases and limiting it to one draft a week and then like a standard or a modern. So I've toned down my shopping of maybe over $100 a week to like, $30 or $40 a week in Magic. And what's cool about that is a part of that budget, because draft is one of the events I could potentially get my money back.
Hey, take on Indy. I will do exactly that. It is time to hydrate. Take on Indy has notified us via Twitch that it is time for a little hydration. My hydration is not what people consider a true hydration liquid, but coffee is still liquid and made out of water.
Yeah. Is coffee wet?
Well, 90% of coffee is water. So I'm using it
Just
to
water with
hydrate.
spicy flavoring.
So
It's
thank
fine.
you, Take on Indy, for reminding me I do need to bet in my beverage.
Right. That actually is a good reminder, and like I hate to use that as a segue for me to leave, but I do gotta cook some breakfast and kind of start my day a little bit here.
Well, our show actually, I was gonna end our show. Now we've hit the 2 hour mark, so which is a real good little chat that we've had. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with you, let you shill out what you got going on.
Cool.
But before we do that, I have to do this, because this is the most important thing I can do at this very moment. Give it to us.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I am Alex, the TCG dude, a casual yet passionate Magic player out here keeping it alive. So I'm looking to play some Final Fantasy on Twitch. Got the PS5 here, some recent titles. Looking to get into that before the release of the product here in a few weeks. So you can catch me on Twitch at TCG907. Otherwise, you can, hop on the YouTube and see my parody video over there from my hand at TCG. This is a little weak, but I may or may not be having a huge summer life change happen for 1 or 2 months that could drastically change what content I put out. So, the next time I come onto the show and I have more concrete information regarding that, I can confirm that news as well.
Ooh. Well, we'll definitely look forward to hearing more about that. Particularly since your mic was starting to go out there while you're doing your show, but I think we caught.
Oh no! Oh yeah. So basically, long story short, I may not be here at my dwelling for 1 or 2 months, and it's going to allow me to do a lot of other content that's, well, not near me. So I'm
Well-
really looking forward to doing something this year that y'all haven't seen yet.
We do look forward to your prison streams while you're in prison for those 2 months.
Yeah, right. Damn, that's good.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about Johnny Somali, not you. Sorry.
Right,
31
wrong
years.
dude.
Wrong dude, and he's getting 31 years in Korea. It's going to be great. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing what's going on. And as usual, I will send you links, and also you're always invited on a Wednesday night when me and Jesse do our thing.
Thanks, brother.
Yep. All right. Now, sitting in for Jesse Hellwheeler today on this impromptu procrastinating across the oceans, this time procrastinating within the United States, morning exclusive. Here is GI Bag. Tell us, where can we find you? What are you doing? And what's going on this week?
Okay, so as of lately, I have not been able to produce any content. So if people want to migrate over towards, I have a Discord called the Government Issue Bag. That's what GI Bag stands for, is the Government Issue Bag. So if you want to migrate over there, all announcements will be coming out from either me or an authorized personnel from the team that I have over there, who aren't really as active as I am, so it'll probably just come from my mouth. But hopefully here within the next couple of weeks, depending on how much time I'm given from, I just had my son just moved to a new area, just got a new contract. So it's going to be a little bit busy, but if you bear with me, eventually it'll bear fruit. So hopefully we can get on that gauntlet and start recording that and start having episodes live and edited versions. So if you would like to see that type of content, it's going to be over there.
Right on. Make sure you post about it in the Discord, and we'll send people that way, or at least attempt. Yeah. Right on. And so I really enjoyed hanging out this morning. I hope you guys did too. You can find me over on the YouTubes, where I'm trying to post VODs more often lately. We just released the music video for the Procrastinating Across the Oceans Wednesday theme song. So check that out on YouTube. Right now, it's one of my fastest growing theme songs of all the theme songs for my theme song, the morning the Wednesday night theme song with me and Jesse. It's already gotten over 50 plus views, and it's been active for only 24 hours. So small community helped me out with that. Go check it out on YouTube. You can also find me on Twitch, where I do a majority of my game streams. The stuff that I'm not streaming over on YouTube, I'll be streaming on Twitch. So pretty much things that are not regular games, or games that I'm gonna be swearing a lot and getting YouTube mad because of my foul mouth when I don't do good at a game. You can also find me on Kick. I don't have a QR code for that one right now, but we just started streaming on Kick. Join us over there if you're a Kick user, or feel free just to kick me in the pants whenever you want. And you can do that by going over to twitter.com, x.com/KJCowboyDan, where I post about when I'm going live. I inappropriately comment on some people's posts, so find that. And like some of the brainless mind dribble that I have, you can actually see on the Twitter. Join us on Discord. I'm not sure if that QR code has the right address built into it, but join us over on the Discord. It's Backstage with Cowboy Dan, where you can join in on the fun, especially when we do community gameplay nights Wednesdays after the podcast. Thank you very much for joining us. I've been KJ Cowboy Dan, here with today's impromptu co-host, GI Bag.
All right.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate stopping by and talking to your beautiful community.
Right, right. Oh, we're gonna bring you in more often if you ever want to come on in when you see us live. Let me know. I'll send you the link right off the bat. All right, here we go. Here's we're gonna listen to the theme song as we go. Bye bye. See you later. Have a good night, have a day, morning, afternoon, wherever in the world you are.
Yodelolay, diddly yodelolo. Now gather around, y'all, yodelay, and listen to the ballad of KJ Cowboy Dan. Yodelolay, diddly yodelolo. In the distant future, and a jar on the shelf leaves Cowboy Dan just being himself. Yodel-o-lay, diddle-o-lay. No arms, no legs, just his favorite hat. Tell me, what do you think about that? Yodel-o-lay, diddle-o-lay. It's time to ride west with Cowboy Dan. He's a head in a jar, a cartoon, and a man. The rodeo of fun is coming here. Sing out yodel, yodel-o-lady, diddle-o-lo-dee, yodel-o-lo-dee, yodel-o-dee, yay, 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 and give a cheer.